I'm going to show you how to install these 1600 design wrap legs on the Ikea Kallax bookshelf system. Now this particular design is intended to install on the Kallax when it's in this horizontal position. Now what I mean by horizontal is the side panel comes all the way to the bottom and you see the installation bolt on the side. That's what we're going to consider the horizontal position. We do have a couple of other designs that can be installed when the Kallax is in the vertical or horizontal position. But this one here is going to be best in the horizontal position only. So let's flip this Kallax over and get started. So I have my Kallax flipped upside down, and as you can see, I've already had a couple of sets of legs installed on this unit. But the key to installing legs on an Ikea Kallax is understanding where there is solid wood to attach to. All these thick panels have about 3/4 of an inch of solid wood running around the entire perimeter of the panel. The rest of the panel is hollow with a honeycomb structure inside of it. And so in this position, what we're calling the horizontal position, you've got a full width piece of wood, 3/4 of an inch thick, to screw directly into. So it's ideal for this leg. If you were trying to install this in the vertical position, this bolt is going to be in your way, and then you're also going to have to screw through this panel or drill through this panel and screw into the top here. So we're just going to recommend this design to be installed in this position. And what you're going to need is a drill and a 3/32 drill bit. Now the first tip I'm going to give you is that when you go to drill these holes, instead of drilling directly into the center of the hole, what I want you to do is actually drill towards the inside of the hole. And what that's going to do is that when you install the screws that are provided with your kit and you drive those in, it's actually going to be sucking the leg to the inside, which is going to keep your wraparound portion nice and tight to the outside. Now the second tip is we don't want to over tighten these screws. If you were to over tighten, you could strip out the wood that you're screwing into here. So just go nice and slow and just snug them up. Okay, so with all 4 legs installed, the final thing you're going to want to consider is adding some center support to your unit. As I said, the panels are mostly hollow with a honeycomb structure, so they're not incredibly strong. These are designed to sit on the floor. So if you're going to raise them up off of the floor onto legs, you're going to want to consider adding some support out in the middle so that your Kallax doesn't sag. My recommendation is for Kallax units that are 2 to 3 compartments wide. The center support might be optional, just use your best judgment. But for units that are 4 or 5 compartments wide, you're definitely going to want at least one center support. And those center supports need to be installed directly underneath one of the divider panels, because those are what we're going to actually screw into. So what we're going to do is measure from the end of the unit to the center of the panel, and we're going to mark the hole locations out here in the center, space the same as the screw holes on the leg. And then the tip I'm going to give you is that when you go to drill these, what you're going to want to do is position yourself so that you can see the drill bit and the divider panel, and just by eye you can tell whether or not that drill bit is lined up with that panel, so that you're drilling directly straight down into that panel. Now the last thing to consider is the fact that these bottom panels are not flush with the side panels. And so with your kit, we include these washers, which happen to be the same thickness as that gap. And so once your holes are drilled, simply put the washers over the holes. They're going to act like shims to raise that center leg up a little bit. And you're going to screw through the leg, through the washers, and into this center panel. You'll notice that on the center support legs, we've drilled out the screw holes deeper so that your included screws can reach all the way through this panel and screw into this solid wood. So let's install that now. And here it is complete. This is the walnut version of our leg kit. We do also offer these in maple, mahogany, and white oak. And you can find all of those on our website at 1600design.com.